I'm going to introduce yourself. I don't know how you want people to know you on the internet.
Oh man, what's up, man? It's all good, man. I'm Rob, man. Robbie Rob, man. Just here with my nephew, man. Just, talking sports as we do, man. That's what we love, man.
Yeah, y'all know how we do. We're finna get into it. There's a lot of stuff happening since we've been on this podcast. Since last time I was here, the Super Bowl hadn't happened yet. All-Star Weekend hadn't happened yet. There was some college stuff that happened too, but we finna get into it. We got some stuff coming up for y'all. So, but first of all, tell them how you been living, man. Tell them what's going on.
I'm good, man. Life is good. God has blessed me, man. My beautiful daughter, man, she finna be a Arkansas Razorback.
Oh, what?
Yeah, she graduated from Nolan Catholic, going to, like I said, Arkansas. So everything is good, man. Family is good. Everybody's good, man.
So we're gonna get into like some background stuff real quick. Tell the people what it is you do. Like, what is your day to day? Like, you don't have to go into like, it don't got to be your job and stuff. Just like stuff you like to do. What would you prefer to do every day if you could?
Me, if I prefer to do it, man, it would be just basically sports. That's what I do. I do sports and movies, man. But yeah, so my 9 to 5, I'm an anesthesia tech. So everybody likes it. I've heard a lot of stuff about that. I'm in surgery every day. So yeah, that's what I do for a living. But man, I love sports, man. Love movies. That's what I do, man.
What's your favorite sport?
Favorite sport gotta be football.
Football.
Gotta be football.
Who is outside of Tom Brady, number one football player ever? Top football player. It don't gotta be your favorite, but the number one.
Outside of Tom Brady, because I am a New England Patriot fan.
Okay, yeah. Brady.
Look, been a fan since 1985, so I'm not a fair weather fan, put it like that. But one of my favorite players, I think, to me, was just Deion, man. Deion was that guy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Was that guy. Multi-talented athlete, of different sports, obviously, but yeah, I think it was Deion for me.
What made Deion be the one?
For me, again, with the dual threat athlete, baseball, football, I played the same position he did.
Okay.
In football, which I was a DB, baseball, which I love baseball, so for me, that was great for me, man. I enjoyed watching him. He was that guy, that speed, what he did and what he's doing as a mentor now is great, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was it for me.
Yeah, so just a little bit on Deion. The reason why we love Deion here, people on the pod know this already, but I played for him for a little bit, like one summer, playing baseball, and it was just so lit. Like, I played baseball with a lot of white kids, and when I got on his team, it was nothing but black kids. And so, like, what people are seeing, he's been that type of coach. Like, he's been coaching like that since I played with him, which was 2016, 2017. So I like to see how it's like playing out. Because I knew they was going to be good. Now I just got to see. Well, I knew Jackson State was going to be good. Now I'm trying to see what Colorado was going to do.
I think Colorado can be good. What he's doing, he's coming in, he's implementing everything what he wants.
Exactly.
The thing about Colorado, I think they were good for skill positions. I think he needs to build on the trenches, the O-line and D-line.
Yeah.
Right there. And I think once he get his offensive line together, that he can protect Shedeur.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Which will be great. Get the D-line a little, beefed up, and then he'll be good. But like I said, what he's implementing in the program, what he has brought to them, is great. I love his mentality, what he's doing, and so he's good to me, man.
So let's get back on to the topic of NFL football. Favorite team is the Patriots. Still to this day.
Still to this day, man.
So what's going on over there? What Bill Belichick gone? Have y'all made any moves in the offseason?
Yeah. So actually, we our coach now is Mayo, Jared Mayo, which used to be a linebacker for us. And I have read that Kraft had gave him the green light. Green light for, look, we're going to give you the money.
Okay.
We want to do what we want to do for us win. We have the third pick in the draft, which is great. It's been, going back and forth for us, quarterback. Me personally, I would love to get a skill position. We need a playmaker.
Yeah.
If Marvin Harrison Jr. is there at third, I would love to get him.
Y'all have third pick?
Yeah, we got third pick.
Oh, so y'all got to get somebody.
Yeah,
Y'all
and
need
that's what I'm saying. So I would love to get somebody like Marvin Harris, even Malik Neighbors out of, wide receiver out of LSU. Again, a lot of people say we need a quarterback. And I get it because Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, what have they done? Probably nothing. Mac Jones had a good first year when Josh McDaniels was there. He's gone, obviously.
Wait, so, because we haven't had no New England Patriots fan on here. And how has it been going from best quarterback in the world to Mac Jones, who's not bad, but he's not the best quarterback in the world?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it's a growing curve.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's basically what we're doing. We're rebuilding.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, you look at teams, the Patriots, for example. Even go back to I'm gonna go with Mike Tomlin going to Pittsburgh. Well, these guys have never lost. They've had good seasons because they always had the one thing that you don't have to groom as a quarterback. Mm-hmm. Mike Tomlin had Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah.
We had Brady. So when you go into training camp and the quarterback is the one position in football, probably the most important position.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? So we're saying that, when you go into training camp, you don't have to groom that position.
Yeah, not with Brady.
You know what I'm saying? Not with Brady because he's seasoned. Mm-hmm. Because he's there. He knows the playbook. He knows, what I need to do with the ball at all times. Same thing when Tomlin had Roethlisberger. So, when those guys retire or those guys leave, then it starts a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? So are we rebuilding? Absolutely we're rebuilding. You know what I'm saying? Because we just don't have that position anymore.
So what do you think? Do you think they made a bad decision letting go of Brady when they did?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what did he do? He left and went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Look, we all know he's not going to play forever. We get it. But what he wanted to prove, and that's what he did. He went to another team, proved he was still valuable, and won.
So this is my next question. Was it Brady or was it Belichick?
But you look at it, probably was Brady.
It was Brady.
Brady was a man. And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to discredit Belichick at all. Belichick is a great coach. Great coach. Mm-hmm. I've had this conversation. I think the thing about Belichick is that the general manager or the head coach outweighs each other.
Okay.
Because he was both. It's kind of hard to juggle both. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and I get that. Just be a head coach and let the general manager be somebody else or vice versa. Mm. But I think that was the big thing.
So what do you foresee for y'all coming this next season into the future? Do you think y'all going to let go of Mac Jones? What if they decide to go ahead and pick up a quarterback instead of getting a receiver?
I mean, if they pick up a quarterback, great. Mac Jones, for the foreseeable future, I don't see him probably being there much longer. They're just putting it out there. I mean, you people say, well, here's Bailey's at. I don't see Mac Jones really being there. Yeah. We'll see what the new year holds. I think we'll be able to compete. Mm-hmm. You figure our division with the Bills, which we already know Josh Allen, we already know the Dolphins with Tua and Tyreek. Here we are with the Jets. We still don't know what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers coming over there. But I think we'll be able to compete. That's what we want. Let's compete. And we're just in a rebuilding stage. That's it.
So do you pay attention to the full NFL, the whole NFL?
Oh, absolutely.
So let's rewind. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. We didn't talk about that.
Okay.
Not on this podcast yet. And what do you think? I told y'all what was going to happen, number one. I told y'all the Chiefs was going to win that game. I told y'all they were looking for a new Tom Brady. I told y'all that everything that's happening, I already know what's going to happen. I know the storyline. They're going to win it again, too. It might not be this.
So what you're saying is, and I've had this conversation, too. So you think they're going to win the first 3 feet?
I don't know if they're gonna win it this year because they just let go of some. But if they pick up who I think they're about to pick up in this draft, they're going back to the Super Bowl. I think they want Xavier Worthy
From Texas.
UT. Yeah,
And great. And they do need receiver. The thing about it was that going into the playoffs, Kansas City probably one team that had the most drops.
yep, exactly.
And then they excelled once they got to the playoffs.
Pat Mahomes.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of credit to Pat Mahomes. But Andy Reid, probably one of the best coaches in the game today.
I think so too.
I mean, adjustments here and there. I personally thought it was going to be a 3-point game. I actually said 34-31 San. So I picked San Fran to win. I think San Fran beat themselves.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to count out Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid because of what they did. Marquez Valdez standing was a rookie, Rasheed
Rasheed
Rice, and they came in and they actually started catching the balls.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing, and you look at Isaiah Pacheco, he came in and he balled, but he had a couple of fumbles and mishaps, and they still did their thing. They re-signed Chris Jones, which is the 2-tech underneath. Chris Jones came out and balled his butt.
Went crazy.
Went crazy underneath. And like I say, me personally, I thought San Fran was going to come in, and I didn't think it was going to be a big margin of victory.
Yeah.
Because of the weapons that they got. You figure the weapons that they had, it would be okay.
Yeah.
It was enough, you know what I'm saying, to come over. McCaffrey
exactly.
and Debo, all those, Kittle, Ayuk, but it was a good game. Kind of questionable calls, but,
They had a few in the playoffs. Chiefs got some stuff that went their way in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Which was crazy to me because the Chiefs was, during the regular season, the Chiefs was the one who hated the officials the most. So I don't know how y'all do that, how y'all work at that NFL, but
referees are referees. I mean, what can you say about that? You go into a game and regardless of, you shouldn't have to worry about them, but sometimes you do.
yeah, exactly.
That's the game.
But I feel, at least recently, there's been a lot more spotlight put on, in the playoffs specifically, on referees missing big calls that'll change the game.
Oh, yeah.
And it started, I think, in 2019 when the Saints played against the Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings, and they had that.
And that big miss.
Oh my! I
pass
forget his name.
interference.
I forget who it was. Anyway, but yeah, when he was it Lattimore?
I think it
Was the
No.
DB for I can picture his face. Anyway, he hit
he hit Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Blatant call. Should have been a pass interference. Wasn't even a question. And and the referees, if you say something about them, well, okay, you get fined. Okay, well, when are the referees going to be accountable for what they do?
Exactly.
That's the NFL.
That's a big thing.
We can't say anything about that. They wrote a letter saying we apologize, we messed up. Okay, but it shouldn't have to go there. We shouldn't have to not only play the team that we're playing against, but we have to play against the refs because we don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And you hate that, man, but that's the game.
Yeah, so as a Cowboy fan, I can relate to that call a lot. Basically, I can relate to any call being called that makes the team feel like it was the reason they lost the game.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have been to that point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Exactly.
And that's, again, that's the game. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have to be there and do that. Like I say, you're a Cowboy fan, so we all know Cowboys. I mean, look, I've been around for years, man.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are the Cowboys. They're not the 90s Cowboys. Here we are, and I think what they do, they gave Dak an extension. I don't know how you feel about that.
No, we actually got to get into that. That was my next question because we talked about the whole NFL.
Yeah.
We in Texas, we in Fort Worth specific.
Yeah.
I'm a Cowboy fan. Have you kept up with the Cowboys since you kind of have to?
Always.
So
how do we not know?
Exactly. So I'm done with that. Everybody know I'm done with that. Like everybody been knowing I'm done with that. My other co-host, JD, he is still halfway in on Dak. But I've been telling everybody, I've been saying we need to get rid of Dak. When Lamar was free, I said we need to trade Dak for Lamar. Nobody listened to me. We back in the same situation.
So here's the thing about it. I get it. I know people that I work with, man, they have since this past year, since they lost the first round to the Packers, they no longer wear Cowboy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done.
I feel him, but I'm still going to wear my stuff.
And I get everything you're saying about Dak. Here's the thing about it. Dak he's a bad quarterback in the sense of us as being spectators and fans.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to it, he just hadn't got it.
Yeah.
And hadn't done it.
I got you. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at terms of statistic-wise, what the NFL look at, he's not bad.
No, he's good.
He's not a bad
great. If you
statistical
look at
quarterback.
Yes, stats.
You know, it's that's it. But again, as fans, as spectators, as what we look at, when it comes down to it, when we need you to win in the playoffs and bring something home, he just said done.
Nope.
You can't go up and you can't say, well, I'm sorry, I had my worst game of the season. But you can't say that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You need to go out, you need to ball. You know, that game there, man, was going in. I thought Dallas was going to go in and just get Jordan Love in the Packers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been a problem.
We wasn't even thinking about that game. We were on to San Francisco.
Yeah, it shouldn't even been a problem. But going into that game, yeah, that was that was wild. I mean, you look at, I think they were trying to, if I remember, they were trying to feed the ball to CeeDee Lamb too much.
Yeah.
Which didn't work out for him. You know, Pollard had an up and down. The defense wasn't there. They tried to line up Parsons on different. You know, it's just that game. They just played their worst game, pretty much of the entire season.
Yeah.
When they should have played their best game.
That might have been worse than the San Francisco game.
Yeah.
Only because of the fact that it was a playoff game. Yeah. And it was a first round playoff game.
And you know, you look at too the pressure.
Yeah.
That's what the pressure was there. I mean, you know, going into the playoffs, and that's Dallas's one thing about Dallas. This the thing about Dallas. It's been a year, even with Tony Romo. Tony Romo's a great regular season quarterback.
Yeah. Tony Romo was nice.
Didn't really do anything, you know, again, in the playoffs.
I don't think he won a game in the playoffs.
Probably maybe one, I think, maybe.
He might have.
Maybe
Oh,
one.
yeah, that year we went, we lost the 2014
Yeah,
season.
I think it was one. But Dallas, they're that team, when the pressure's there, they just don't know how to.
They're going to get over it.
A notch. They can't bring it up a notch. They just can't do it.
That's my thing with Dak. My thing with Dak is, I'll take it a step further and say, Dak, he doesn't win. I haven't seen him win a big game yet. I've seen him win a rivalry, I guess, the Eagles, but you play the Eagles twice a year, you should beat them at least half the time.
But again, that's regular season.
Yeah.
Where
he don't win no big game. Even in regular season sometimes, though, he doesn't win the big game. Like, he almost lost us the Detroit game, which, I mean.
Well, if I remember that game there, was that the one where they had that blown call?
Yeah.
At the end, yeah.
At the end, they had, I think it was
something about
the line, being on the line.
Well, you had to, they brought you had to say extra player that came into the game. I mean, came into the game, eligible receiver or something like that.
Yeah. Well, so, you know, the NFL, a bunch of stuff came out about that, but the general consensus was the Lions did right.
They did.
He did go talk to the
referee,
and the officials just didn't pay attention. In my opinion, the Cowboys lost that game.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, and that was a lot of playoff implications going in, and the Cowboys did lose the game. It should have, you know, but it is what it is. That's what happened. But you know that division is just a tough division.
Yeah.
You know, it's one. It's not tough. What they do is they beat up on each other. Better, you know, a lot of divisions. You know what I'm saying? That's their rivals. Cowboys, Redskins. You know, even with the Giants. You know what I'm saying? That's just what happens. Yeah.
I'm done with that. We can draft somebody now.
I give him. You know what? They're extending him. I give him maybe 1 or 2 years, and I think it's going to come to the point people are going to push. And Jerry's a media man. They're going to push him. They're going to do something.
Yeah.
You know,
But
I thought McCarthy was going to leave.
Well, see, Mike McCarthy, I'm giving him time because he did come into a Jason Garrett-led team, which was 7-4. Mm-hmm. We had a 11-2 season with Dak, I think. But so I'm giving Mike McCarthy some time. He's only been here 3 or 4 years. Dak has been here 9 years. So it's like if you haven't gotten past the second round by now,
yeah,
I don't know how much more time we need to give you before drafting somebody else.
That's why I said I thought McCarthy would have left before that. Yeah. I thought this year was going to be, since they didn't, was going to be, you know what I'm saying, McCarthy's out.
Yeah, but
you know,
I don't know if I can put it on McCarthy right now. I actually think that I've seen improvement since in his coaching since the first year.
Well, his time management, maybe.
Yeah.
Remember, he had time management problems.
Yeah, for sure. He had big problems.
He had time management problems. You have the staff. You have it there. You brought in, what's his name, the defense coordinator, which is now
Dan Quinn. Yeah,
Dan Quinn, which is gone. And you have everything there. So you bring back, was it George Zimmer?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
As defensive coordinator.
Yeah. I think he was like our worst. We had a bad season with him or something like that.
Yeah, they had. If I remember, they had a rough, bad defensive season with him there. I mean, but you know, here you are. You know, they need to come in and they need to.
Yeah.
You know.
So, do you keep up with the NBA at all?
Yeah.
You check out the All-Star weekend?
Yeah, the All-Star weekend where they went and just had a bunch of schools. They always do playground basketball, basically.
So that's how you feel. That's about to be my question.
I mean, what do you expect? You know, you go in as an NBA All-Star game. You think those guys are going to play, risk getting hurt? They're going in as being an All-Star. Mm-hmm. I mean, you look at NBA and you look at the NFL. Their All-Star, Pro Bowl games are different. Baseball is where they play.
Yeah.
Because baseball means
exactly.
You're playing. If they still doing, I think they play for home field advantage for the American National League in baseball. Well, basketball, you know, for the World Series.
Yeah.
Basketball, well, that was playground. They're going to go and they want to put on the show. And that's it. They're not going to go play heavy defense. Mm-hmm. You know, it's all offense. What's the score? 200 and something?
200. I think it was 215.
Yeah, 215
to like 196 or something like that.
You know, it's all offense. You're not going to go in and those guys aren't going to play. You know, if you want to make it meaningful or worth some, again, go to like the major league, like baseball. Mm-hmm. Make it mean something. But other than that, those guys are just having fun. So
how do you feel about the thought that people have been saying? Have you ever seen that one big tournament where they do it in the summer? It's like a bunch of just off the street dudes who play basketball and they come together and they have like a $1 million tournament.
No, I didn't see it.
So they do that in the summer. I forgot what it was called. It's like a super big tournament. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's on ESPN.
Oh, was you mean Big Three or something like that?
No, not the Big Three, but that was another idea that they had. I'm gonna get to that one next. But so an idea I heard was, instead of having an all-star game, they have a tournament with like a bunch of teams, a bunch of just people from around the country, and they bring them and get people to get some games that are meaningful and people play hard, and they bring them and they make them compete for like $1 million league.
Really?
So that was a thought that I heard about. Instead of having an all-star game, all-star weekend, we just have a tournament sponsored by the NBA.
I mean, that's fine. You know, the thing about it, the NBA goes in just like a playing tournament. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You try to get these guys to play more.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? To get the NBA ratings up. But the thing is that when they did that, it was good. I thought it was a waste of time, but they did. And, I mean, I'm not to be funny. I just, you know, those guys played. Lakers won. Great. I'm a Lakers fan. You know, it's my basketball team. But they need to go in and do like that all year.
I think so, too.
You know what I'm saying? These guys here, it's just like, well, if we go out and pay money to go see LeBron or whoever it is, and they sitting out because they're tired, it's not what we go to do. We play money because we want to go see those guys play. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come in and say you sitting out. They try to sit out more than NFL do. NFL players, way more injuries, and they try to play through injuries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, go out and ball.
I think so, too, yeah.
You know, that's how I feel about that. You know,
Even when you watch a game on that's nationally televised, you see KD on the bench or
exactly.
LeBron AD not playing.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I even watching? I'm going to watch another game.
That's what we go there for. That's what we pay money for to see as spectators, as fans. We want to see that. I don't want to go and see the Packers. I'm not saying nothing bad about them because they're there for a reason. But we want to see. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
So the other idea that they had was have a 3-on-3 tournament with the all-star people who they pick, the all-star players. Instead of making it a 5-on-5, they have a 3-on-3 tournament and do it that way, and they compete for $1 million that way or something like that.
I mean, well, again, here we are saying that we need to get these guys to give them some money to compete.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
You make money regardless.
Yeah.
Go out and play.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, we give you the ball, go out and play hard. That's what we want to see. That's what sports, that's what it is. You're there at the professional level for a reason. You're a professional at your craft, what you want. And they should do that anyway.
So what do you think about the dunk contest? How did you feel about that this year? I thought it was weak.
Yeah.
Like Mac McClung, he a real good dunker.
That was one that won last year.
Yeah, he won last year.
last year, yeah.
But he not being pushed. Like, I've seen him do dunks online that are way crazier than anything he did in that game.
Well, see, okay, going about what you just said. Why is it that these guys can do it online? Or I can do it, I can showboat before a game. But when we ask you to get into the dunk contest, you can't do it.
I have no idea.
You get, see, that again, the same way to the players not playing when they supposed to be playing and sitting on the bench because I'm tired. Go out and do it. You know?
Right now, I feel like they're like, all the players are like, it's not important. I don't really care. I've done something bigger than this. But I feel like back in the day, before in Instagram and stuff like that, the dunk contest was like where you could show people like, I'm the best dunker, like I'm the best one.
Right.
But now it's like, I don't even care if I'm the best one.
Yeah, and I was, listening to Stephen A. and he made a good point. And a lot of people said, the superstars that need to be in the dunk contest, this ain't that. As a matter of fact, All-Star Weekend was what? The big thing about was Steph Curry
Versus Brennan.
Sabrina Ionescu, whatever her name was, in the three-point contest.
Yep.
Which was great.
I like that part.
I mean, we love to see that. But again, showcase your abilities on the slam dunk contest. That's what also we want to see. You shouldn't have to make up stuff to get the viewers, to get, everybody on this one. If you get the right people where they need to be, it's there.
Yeah, I like it. It hasn't been good. I think COVID messed up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, both. Yeah.
But I think it wasn't good when it came back either. Like,
no, and COVID messed up. It did. It messed up a lot of things. I mean, again, with me being a Lakers fan, we won in the bubble.
Yeah.
So
it got y'all a ring.
It got us another ring. So we were relevant. Great. But it did. It kind of messed up a lot of stuff. But the NBA is the NBA.
Exactly. It'll be a way to get it back on track.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think. I feel like they either doing the wrong thing or they're not trying hard enough.
And some things you go again, like they're not trying hard enough.
Yep. That's probably what it is.
That's just what it is. It's all about what I'm just, I'm tired. I'm here and I don't feel it this night. I'm like, dude, you get paid out this money. Let's do it.
So I was in college during COVID, but there are people who work with me now. They're around my age, and they like, because everybody was going in 5 days a week before, and there wasn't no question about it. But now people who are around my age, one girl said she was gonna quit if they made her come in 3 days a week instead of 2.
And that was during COVID.
No, right now.
Oh, right now.
Yeah, now she's coming in 2 days right now, and they want her to come in 3, but she not happy. And I feel like that's crazy because I still go in 5 days.
Oh, absolutely.
So I don't understand. It's getting crazy. I don't get why people are not just, in general, people just not trying hard no more.
COVID messed up just a lot of stuff. And the thing about it was, so when COVID came, it did make us rethink some stuff.
Yeah.
Because businesses and whatever it is, how they do and how they go about doing things, they changed because of COVID.
Yeah.
But after COVID was over, instead of going back to what they were doing, they just didn't do it. They were like, okay, well, we made it this way where we can do it like this and have, less of whatever, and we're good. And they kept it that way.
Yeah.
That was the thing. So instead of when COVID was here, we did this because of COVID. COVID's gone now, let's go back the way we was doing it, and they didn't do it.
I don't think, yeah.
And that's the thing. They kept the same way where COVID was. And it's
So it's a culture of not trying hard.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're getting into. Football, they still going strong, but I don't think football really took a hit.
No, football don't. The NFL, multi-billion dollar. Man, NFL is it's not. You figure out now when you have the USFL and the XFL that merged.
Mm-hmm.
So they have one, which I thought the XFL was great last year when the
Me too, yeah,
they were doing it. It was good. It was football.
Yeah.
When we didn't have football. Can you compete with NFL? Can anybody compete with NFL? Absolutely not. The NFL's the NFL. That's what the NFL season came and went so fast. We enjoyed it so much. You know what I'm saying? We love the NFL. That's a good time of year. I mean, even with NFL, you had the baseball playoffs. The baseball playoffs were good with the Rangers.
Mm-hmm. That was good for it.
Yeah, it was good for around here that we hadn't seen it. Back when they should have been repeat champions. I forgot what year that was.
2011.
When Ron Washington, was the coach. But
2012, 2011.
Yeah, but in NFL brings good times. That's what we want to see. We love that. And not only that, we have college football.
It's America.
Yeah, and that's what we love to see. Yeah.
So let's get into some of these current events. We got to talk about we were on the Cowboys, and the reason I brought up the Cowboys is because, like I said, we keeping that. We losing Tyron Smith. We losing Tony Pollard supposedly. I don't know yet.
Oh, that's bad.
I know.
And I like Tony. Dallas offense runs through the run.
Mm-hmm.
You figure when they had Zeke and Tony Pollard at the same time, when Dak had a really good year because the running game complemented the passing game.
Exactly.
So, Dak can throw an interception right here too, but you also had the running game to where it took up for them. You know what I'm saying? They were healthy. So when they're not healthy and you don't have it, everything is on the shoulders of that, which you just couldn't do. So you getting rid of Tony is not a good thing. I didn't think Tony was an every down back.
Yeah.
He was a scat. You know what I'm saying? If you got, let's just say, I think what Dallas should have did when Dalvin Cook was open.
That's what I was saying.
Why not pick up Dalvin Cook? If you get Dalvin Cook, which could be your north and south runner, and here you are with Tony, and you want to throw Tony out on the flats, is what he used to, you're great. You have that 1-2 punch as your running game. But they didn't do it.
Every time I see a free agent that I know could help the Cowboys, I already know they're not going to pick him.
Yeah.
Like, it just, Jerry Jones don't spend money like that.
You know what Jerry Jones do? He keeps him in the media because he's a media guy. He go out and get Trey Lance from San Fran, which is wild.
Which makes no sense.
Which make no sense at all. And then they even said in the thing, I think they said they picked up his option. I'm like, why? He's a third-string quarterback. He hasn't even, who is it? I forget the second-string guy. Cooper Rush. He haven't even beat Cooper Rush yet. So I don't know. Jerry keeps the Cowboys in the media because that's what he's doing.
So back to it. All right, so some of these current events. I talked about Tyron leaving. He was a staple of our O-line. Tyler Biadasz, our center, is also leaving. So I really don't know what the Cowboys' plan is for next year. I think we should have just started rebuilding. Like, that honestly would have made me feel better. If That way I know I don't need to be looking forward to maybe we're gonna win.
Just go in as low expectations.
That's what I be
Because
doing.
I mean, you have to. If you go in with high expectations, think they're finna do, and that's Cowboy fans.
Cowboy. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? They come in. It's a guy at work. I tease him all the time. He's come in, win 2 preseason games. We think we good. Nah, bro. You know the Cowboys. You know they just come in low expectations, and that's it. You know they're probably the best team and best sports franchise worth the most.
yeah.
You know, but here we are, year in, year out.
Nothing to show for it.
Nothing.
Not, at least
Nothing.
not since I've been alive.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we was around with the 90s with Troy, Emmett, and Mike. You know, those guys, man, which is great. You know,
Wish I could have seen it.
yeah.
So the combine happened over this past week. Did you check it out in any of it?
I saw some of it, yeah.
What was the big takeaway? What was any takeaways you took from it?
Of course, you know, it was the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, Caleb Williams, Drake May.
Well, hold on 1 second. Before you get into it, do you remember when this stuff used to be like, it was what you needed to watch, what you needed to get home and watch? How come it's not like that anymore? Like you can watch 30 different things on TV now.
Yeah.
You forget about the draft and the combine.
The draft was the big thing. You know, we was like, okay, draft on, we sitting there.
Exactly.
You just it's kind of like NCAA basketball. You know, we used to love or know who was that.
Yeah.
And it's the same
March
thing.
Madness.
You know, March Madness. It's the same thing for NCAA. You know, it's kind of like, well, you just want to make a name for the quarterbacks now because somebody has to be there. You know, you look at it's just not the same. You know, you look at going into probably next season, who is going to be the big name quarterbacks? They got to pick somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now all these quarterbacks here are now. You have Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels. You know, all those are gone. So who's going to, what's the name out of Washington?
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix. You know, and so that's just what it is. You know, you just don't know. Like I said, we used to love watching NCAA basketball. We knew who were playing.
Yeah.
We don't now. If I feel a board out now, I'm just going on speculation only. You know, I'm just going to write something and maybe, you know, get lucky.
Well, I'm not even gonna lie. Now I'm more into women's college basketball than I am.
Caitlin Clark, because she did the,
Yeah.
you know.
Everybody knows who she is.
Yeah.
She a household name, honestly, right now.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
She almost
you know,
a household name.
out of LSU. But so when they leave and they go to the WNBA, who you got?
Well,
we all know Don Staley
Yeah.
in South Carolina, which has been the #1 team for how many years now? You know, which is a great program. Love what Staley's doing. You know.
They bringing some new girls up though. They got Malaysia Fuwali. She play at South Carolina. She real good. Juju Watkins. She scored 51 points. I don't know if you heard about that. She put up 51 points in the game, and the team scored I think 75.
Yeah. I mean, but that's women's basketball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's great, but that's just what happened with sports, man. We just don't know anymore. You know, we love watching it. We love spectators. You know, that's what we want to watch. You know, you really got to, you know, get into it.
All right, so back to the draft. What was your big takeaway?
My takeaway was just going back to the QBs.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like Caleb Williams, when I'm not going to do this, the medical, I think he said, well, I'm not going to throw here. I'm only going to throw on the team's.
He said that?
Yeah, play days and all that, you know.
Caleb Williams, he dropping his stock.
Yeah, look at UNC. Last year, what did they do? He was good. He won the Heisman. But if I remember the second half of the season, UNC dropped a lot of games.
Yeah, they did that this year too.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They dropped a lot of games.
I think they were 7-4.
Yeah. Oh, did they get? I can't remember if they got a bowl game or not. But they dropped a lot of games.
Yeah, they did lose a lot.
You know, and
he didn't play in the bowl. That's what happened. He didn't even play in the bowl.
And that's another thing we hate too is that, man, the good players that you want to see are not playing in the bowl games. I get it. You have the chance of making money, signing the contract into the NFL. But man, go out and play. That's what you play for.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, injuries are a part of the game. You can't run from them. You know, go out. You know, that's what you want to do. That's what you were there for. You know.
Football specifically, I understand you sitting out sometimes.
Sometimes.
Like, but in a ball game, especially after your team went 7-4,
Yeah.
and you were supposed to be the number one player to get drafted, because
Absolutely.
I don't even know if Chicago might draft the number one, but
What
it's
they
Chicago.
were doing was that, and I don't think they should get rid of Justin Fields.
I don't think so either.
They were saying they were, but I'm like, no, you're gonna bring in Caleb Williams. Again, not saying nothing bad about the guy, but you're going back here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Justin Fields, these guys come out of college as top quarterbacks.
Yep.
So you go into the NFL, you never threw it down in the NFL, and they want you to bring them to the promised land in the first year. It's not gonna happen.
I don't get that.
You don't get seasons probably maybe your third or fourth year, maybe fifth year in as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Give or take if you still had the same receivers that drop balls, same O-line that doesn't block for you,
How you gonna change?
how you gonna change? You know what I'm saying? And that's like, you know, go back to my papers. I mean, like, okay, well, you draft, they were talking about Jaden Daniels, which is a great quarterback, obviously,
Yeah.
Heisman Trophy winner. But you still got the same receivers, the same backs, the same O-line.
You gotta do something different.
What is he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So, again, you want to let Justin Fields go somewhere, trade him somewhere, and then he goes somewhere and shine?
Which is what he gonna do.
Was what he gonna? Because they were talking about to the Commanders, if I'm not
If he
mistaken.
go over there, he gonna be.
I mean, which is
he
not a
gonna
bad
be real
team.
good.
You know, McLaurin,
Exactly.
Dotson.
They got a running back.
Yeah, running back. They got a good team.
Yep.
So he goes over there to actually have some weapons. He can probably do okay.
And Eric Bieniemy, right? Or did he?
Yeah,
No, he
no,
left.
Bieniemy left.
He left.
He
yeah.
went somewhere. I forgot what college, which is kind of
Yeah.
that was suspect. But anyway, you know, but you bring Fields and go to Commanders, and he might have a good year.
I think
and
he
you
is.
bring in, let's say, Caleb Williams. Now you're back to square one.
Yep.
Well, he didn't do anything for you the first year. Well, what do you expect? You know, you go from, you know, a collegiate play that probably lasts maybe 8 or 9 seconds, maybe 10 at the most. Once you get to the professional level, that's 6 or 7 seconds. It's fast paced.
Yep.
These guys are different. So you never threw it down, never threw the ball down in the field, and well, here you go back to square one.
Yeah. I don't. Caleb Williams' stock is dropping a
yeah.
lot for just the general fan. Not saying that his draft stock is dropping, because he is a good player. Like he's a great player.
Yeah.
But his likableness is going way down.
And somebody, you know, had a good point too about not only him, but you know, they don't throw or do anything because they already have an idea where they're going. So why is it that I'm going to showcase my skills to other teams when I know I'm going to get drafted as a number one pick? But still, go out and do what you need to do. Keep your craft moving. You know, that's what I think.
Caleb Williams, I want you to hear, okay? You need to show some heart, just some type of way. Just show people that you care, because crying on the sideline, that's what you do in Little League. Like, you don't do that when you 24 at the end of a game. Not a game that doesn't, a game that doesn't define you. Like, they lost the game.
Yeah.
That game wasn't the national championship game. It's not like that. They wasn't even in the ball game, which you didn't play. So it's like,
Well, they get like that.
I mean, I get it.
You know
'cause
what I'm
care.
saying? You know, they like you say, they get like that. But I'm like, go play.
Yes.
Because that's what you're there for.
Exactly.
You know, but when you look at them, they different, especially when the collegiate athlete now is getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
You got
They're getting
collegiate
money,
athletes that getting paid money, and why? You know, we was looking at, you know, one day at work was, I think, Arch Manning.
Yeah.
We ain't seen him hardly throw a ball in college.
I think he came in one game, half a game.
Half game.
Of course.
But guess what? He's top 5, top 6 as
NIL.
far as the highest paid athlete.
That name, that's what he got his money
yeah.
off his name, like literally.
Yeah. Oh, literally. You know, and you know that's the collegiate athlete these days. You know, it's just I don't know.
Since we on UT and the draft, because we're bringing everything together at this point. How did you see Xavier Worthy run that 4.21?
I saw that.
That boy was going fast. He ran a 4.2, 3 before that, I think.
Yeah.
And then he came back and ran a 4.21.
Yeah.
It's been so long since that has even 2002 or something like that.
Where Dion ran a 4 what?
But his was unofficial.
Well, unofficial.
Yeah, he ran a 4.2, I think 4.21.
You know, I mean, wow. That was a good pro day.
I think so too.
I mean, great pro day. You know, he went in, did his thing, and that's what you're supposed to do. You know, you're supposed to go and show your skills, show your how fast you are, what you work, and he did it. You know, so you don't think he's one of the top receivers? Absolutely.
So because this receiver class is kind of deep, who are the receivers that you saw at the combine that you were like, okay, I'm impressed, besides Worthy?
Well, like I said, I didn't see a lot of. I mean, I saw Worthy, which
Okay, well, even just college, the last season.
the last I forget the guy's name from Washington that Penix threw to.
Adunze, Ramo Adunze.
He was great. Of course, you know, you got Malik Neighbors. Harrison was a beast for us.
Oh, yeah.
Was a beast for us. I mean, the one thing you could just throw it his way, he would just catch whatever.
Everything.
Everything. It didn't even matter. With those guys, I mean, you know they're going to go. In their positional players were, they're going to go. I would love if the Patriots again at third pick, love to have one of those.
Yeah.
Because you got to have one.
So is that y'all's top need? You think a receiver is y'all's top need?
I think, but they say top need score, which I get it. But you look at all the quarterbacks, the 6 or 7 quarterbacks that we have in the draft that would be good. You know, Mays, Williams, Daniels, Bo Nix, all those guys, Michael Penix. They're not going to all get drafted in the first round.
Nah.
I don't. It's too many NFL teams to have young quarterbacks right now.
Yeah.
You know, the only team I can just think offhand that probably don't have one, again, would be the Commanders. That probably need a quarterback. That I can just think off the top of my head. But
This quarterback draft is it's not that good, honestly. If we're keeping it a band. We got Caleb Williams,
Drake May, Bo Nix.
but Drake May and Bo Nix, they old.
Oh, yeah.
They good, but they only good comparable to the other quarterbacks in this draft. Because I think the quarterbacks that are younger than them are actually better than.
Because they're more athletic.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're more athletic. And not saying that because I think a lot of them, they all, Nix, May had great seasons. You know what I'm saying? The pocket presence that they have are great.
Yeah, I like Drake May.
You know what I'm saying? Which they're really good quarterbacks. You know, but again, you know, going into the NFL is just it's a different beast. It's just a different beast.
I don't even know who I could see Drake May getting drafted to. Maybe
and that's
the
a big
Panthers?
thing. Yeah, but let's say, okay, you say the Panthers.
Well, Bryce Young, they got Bryce Young.
But they got Bryce Young. And they say, well, he's not good. Well, he's not good. Think about it. He doesn't have anybody but, I forget his name. What's the wide receiver? They came from Minnesota.
Claypool?
No,
No,
not Claypool. Adam Thielen.
Thielen,
That's
yes.
all they have. You no longer have Christian McCaffrey. You don't have anybody. You know, you want these guys, quarterbacks, that come in here and bring you to the promised land the first year. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You have nobody there. You know, you're just in the rebuilding stage, and you have to let them. C.J. Stroud had a really good year.
Yeah, he had a good year.
Damn good year. But C.J. Stroud had weapons.
Yeah, he had a team. He actually had a team.
Tank Dell, and them, they were all there. He had a damn good team. And so, with saying that, he had a really good year.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he got rookie offensive player of the year. Or something.
Yeah, he got like rookie.
Which, how did he deserve? He balled.
I think so too.
You know,
he could have got MVP if they would. If they went to the Super Bowl, he probably would have got the MVP.
A lot of people thought they were. You know, because they played Baltimore.
Yeah.
But
they got rolled by Baltimore.
Yeah.
Speaking of Baltimore, my favorite quarterback is Lamar Jackson. How did you feel his season went with them ending losing to the Chiefs the same way everybody else did?
Oh man, Lamar. Baltimore went in had probably one of the, I think, a top defense in the year. The thing about Lamar is that Baltimore resorted to what they always do is run Lamar run in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's not going to happen.
No.
You know, I go back to we were talking about it at the last game. I think he threw for 5 touchdowns, something like that, when they played the Dolphins, or something like that. Lamar's going to throw 5 touchdowns every game. He's just not, because your offense is built around give Lamar the ball and let him run, and that's a one-dimensional.
I think they need some weapons too.
They do, but they have. You know, it's just you got to change your offensive scheme more. I think Lamar wants to be that passer.
I think he does too.
He does. He wants to be
tried.
that passer. But you have to change your offensive scheme in order to do that. That's what Baltimore went back to doing, was run Lamar run when they played the Chiefs.
Chief, yeah.
It wasn't going to happen.
They didn't beat him. It was 10-17 game, I think, or was it 10-20? I think
Yeah.
17.
And they went in, and Kansas City defense just had their way. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that defense. Speaking of Kansas City defense in the playoffs, it seems like every time they get to the playoff, they just turn into a different team.
Oh, absolutely.
Because during the season, nobody's talking about Kansas City defense.
Nobody's talking about Kansas City
at all. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
they get to the playoffs and just they
And
change.
ball. And that's what teams do. You know, that's why you see the teams win.
Yep.
That's why Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes ball in the playoffs. I personally thought we was going to see a San Fran, probably Buffalo. Because I thought Kansas City wasn't going to get past Buffalo, and they got past Buffalo. With Buffalo, the weapons that they had.
Yeah,
You know,
I was surprised about that too.
I was really surprised about that, you know. But, you know, once these teams get to the playoffs, that's why they win. Because they've been there. They know how to win, you know.
That's what it looked like. It looks like the Chiefs are just more experienced than every other team that they played.
Well, you know, the limelight to them is nothing because they've been there.
Yeah.
This is Mahomes' what, 3rd ring?
Yeah, that's his third ring. His third ring in
So he's been there.
6 years, I think.
Yeah, he's been there.
Man,
You know, I mean, they call him, some people say he's a baby goat. Well, I guess so, but he didn't beat the goat.
he lost.
Because Tom Brady put him in his place.
Yeah,
You
Tom
know?
Brady was definitely like that.
You know,
So what's up? We got a little bit of time. Let's talk about the Lakers. LeBron scored 40K. How does it feel having LeBron on y'all's team? I ain't never talked to just somebody who got LeBron on their team and they also a fan of the team right there.
you know, well, that's another discussion I'm going to say with LeBron and Mike. You know, having LeBron is LeBron at the age he is and the amount of points that he scores is great because it helps us win.
Yeah.
But you should want to do it because you want to, not because you have to, if I'm making sense.
Yeah, exactly.
At that age, you get what I'm saying? Which is great for the Lakers because, you know, we went to the Western Conference Finals last year.
Which was
Against
crazy
the
to me.
Nuggets, which is
Made
crazy.
no sense to me.
Which was all LeBron, you know, which is, you know, and LeBron does his thing.
Y'all. He carried y'all.
He did, you know, but that's what I'm saying. You shouldn't have to. We bring in AD. AD is so sometimes up and down.
Man,
He's hurt here, he's hurt there. He can't stay healthy.
he been good this year though.
He has been good this year. He has. I you know. give
Hopefully
him-
the playoffs. That's what
You know.
y'all need.
And that's the thing, you know. But having LeBron, right, it's good because of what he brings. You know, again, go back to I'm still Mike.
Yeah. Okay.
But-
So Mike is the GOAT. Mike is
On
your
me,
GOAT. Okay, I got
you know, like I said, that's
Gotta
another.
clarify that for everybody.
That's another discussion for another time.
Okay.
But having LeBron is a plus because of what he brings to the game this day in this era. He is of this era the best. He's LeBron. He's the face of the NBA.
That's true.
You know, he's there. So having LeBron is a plus. And, you know, and needs to say if LeBron wasn't there, we would probably be, not saying that we still mediocre right now, you know, because, you know, we're not the Lakers of old,
Yeah.
but we are, you know, we're still there.
Yeah,
And
y'all still good.
He's the main piece of that puzzle.
Which is the Lakers are y'all's whole thing is if we don't get the championship, we
Right.
suck.
Right.
So y'all kind of the same way the Cowboys are, even though we haven't been to the championship in
Right.
a long time. And LeBron actually, y'all been to the championship 3 or 4 times since I've been alive. With
Yeah.
Kobe,
Yeah.
then LeBron, and y'all actually won a few. So.
Yeah, when Shaq and Kobe was there,
Yeah, yeah.
we had 3 people.
Yep,
You
exactly.
know what I'm saying, which was great. My main thing, I think one piece that we probably should have got, Chris Paul should have been.
See, I don't know where he ever would have fit in, though.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I don't think anybody else. Well, I could see him fitting in because he could pass the ball to
He's a
Kobe.
facilitator.
Yeah,
So the first time when he, if I remember, I might be wrong, he came from the Hornets. David Stern was the commissioner, and they vetoed it.
exactly. Yes,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah,
He should
he
have
went to
like
New Orleans. Or something.
So now he's Golden State.
Yeah,
I think if he would have been there, which is Chris Paul is a true facilitator, with LeBron and AD, it probably would have helped them out and let Chris Paul run the show. And let him facilitate the ball, and it'd probably been a little bit better.
so you saying he should have came right now?
I think, yeah.
I think he still
yeah.
should come today.
I mean-
well, not today.
I don't see how he fits in Golden State. It's a little bit far-fetched now.
I don't think he
him
fit
coming.
over there either.
Yeah, it's a little far-fetched now.
Yeah.
Than him coming, but I think he should have been.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see him.
You know.
I can see him fitting with the Lakers today, but him with
Golden
with
State.
that Kobe team, I don't know how he.
Well, no, probably not with the Kobe team.
Because
No.
I don't see how he would have fit in there. When I think that's the trade that they were saying got vetoed
Yeah,
because he wanted to play with Kobe.
Yeah, and he probably would have still been there. I think he would have benefited more now than then.
Yeah, I think so too. So, what do you think y'all gonna do in the playoffs, the Lakers?
I think
Do you think y'all gonna make it without getting into the play-in first? Do you think y'all gonna have to play in the play-in?
I think we'll eventually get to play it again,
Okay.
and I think we'll be all right, depending on who we play. I think we'll be okay. Like I say, LeBron is the big piece.
Yeah.
As long as he's there, we're okay. If we get to the play-in, we'll be okay.
So LeBron,
And
AR, Austin Reeves. Do you think he should be starting? Has he been starting?
he has. I like Austin.
Okay.
I like Austin.
Do you like him as a over D'Lo? Like, do you think he should play instead of D'Lo, or you think they should be all three on the court at the same
I
time?
think about the same time.
All three. I like Austin Reeves, but I feel like he's more of a. If he had his own team, he would be a superstar. Like, that's the type of player he is because he's like a. When y'all tell me it ain't no pressure, I'm gonna go crazy. But
Yeah, well, it's easy to no pressure because he's just going out having a good time.
yeah,
He's just a
exactly.
baller.
Yeah.
So there's no pressure on him. You look at when I think it was early this year. It was the Celtics, as a matter of fact. AD and LeBron was on the bench. They didn't even play.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the Lakers ended up winning.
I think that was that game. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard about that.
Because the focus isn't on the
LeBron.
superstars,
Yeah.
LeBron. They just went out and just played as a team,
And they won.
and they won.
Speaking of the Celtics, they just beat the Warriors last night
Celtics is
by
about
52 points.
Yeah, Celtics right now is probably the hottest team in basketball.
Well, yeah, Jason Tatum is my favorite player right now.
Yeah.
So
Man,
I've been rocking with the Celtics.
Him and Brown.
Yeah, them together.
And then
is-
they bring in Drew Holiday from Milwaukee.
and I knew that was going to help
That was
that
great.
defense.
I was kind of worried because I didn't know how it was going to work out with letting Marcus Smart go. Because Marcus Smart was one of the heart of the team,
Yeah.
which I like Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
It was a great defense.
He was
player.
yeah.
One defensive player of the year, great ball. I love Marcus Smart. But if you bring in Drew Holiday, the thing about the Celtics is that, damn, I'm sick 'cause I'm a Lakers fan. But, I mean, you bring in Drew Holiday, and then you go your third man. The thing about Boston is that Boston just didn't do anything in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They just, just didn't do
That
anything.
was, ever since they lost to the Warriors, which
Yeah.
was, I think, 2 years ago. Yeah, it's always been a shaky year. Are they going to make it?
Yeah, they
What
do
gonna
good in the regular season. It's just when you get to the playoffs, well,
There's
here we
nothing.
go. It's nothing.
But also, I feel Jason Tatum is young enough that he still got a long time
Oh, they do.
to make it.
I love that backcourt. Him and Brown,
Yeah.
great backcourt. Great backcourt.
Drew Holiday, I knew that was going to work, even losing Marcus Smart, because Drew Holiday still plays the defense that Marcus Smart
Oh,
plays.
yeah, Drew Holiday was a damn good defense.
But he has the points.
Right. And the points, good three-point shooter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So defense and three-point shooting, you bring in extra points to it. Yeah, great ball. Great ball.
He really a slept-on player. People don't talk about him enough, but
Yeah, but you know, when he was at the Bucks,
man,
he balled in.
exactly, he was a part of that big three at the Bucks.
Yeah, he really balled. I mean, so like you say, people were sleeping on him, but he was great.
But I mean, you can't. If anybody was to ever ask me, Drew Holiday or Dame, I'm taking Dame all day.
Oh, well, Dame time.
Yeah.
And you know, then he goes to Milwaukee, picked up where he left off. Portland.
Man,
You know, 3-pointers out, running the point guard position. He's doing his thing.
what's crazy is nobody is really scared of the Bucks,
No,
even though they got all that talent.
I mean, well, with Giannis, probably the best two-way player.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I'm saying? In
As far
basketball.
as talent, he probably the
far as
best
talent.
player.
You know, the only person that they really lost that I can think of, like say Drew Holiday, and I think DiVincenzo left. He went somewhere.
Yeah.
But you pick up that. I mean, you're good.
I think you're fine. I
Yeah.
think you're fine.
Yeah, you good.
Because they need. The year that they went to the finals and they lost to, or did they win?
They won that one year. Remember, they beat Phoenix 2 years. Was it 2 years back?
Was it?
The year they won, they
So
beat,
they did win. Giannis
They-
did get that one.
yeah, he got that ring.
Okay, so yeah, that year.
Yeah,
Or was it the year that KD had his foot on the line?
that was the year that Phoenix won. I mean, not Phoenix. That was the year that
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee won. Because I know the first two games, everybody thought Phoenix was going to win.
Yeah.
Phoenix was up 2-0. And what they were doing was,
Oh yes.
if I remember, was that they had Giannis shooting threes. And like, why is Giannis shooting threes?
Yeah.
And then DeAndre Ayton was killing Milwaukee. Phoenix went up 2-0. Then they switched and put Giannis
In the middle.
in the middle against DeAndre Ayton, and he killed them.
Yeah.
And Phoenix ended up, Milwaukee ended up winning.
Yeah, I think that year was the year that showed me you can stop Giannis.
You
That was the year
can,
that
it's-
showed me you can stop him.
But still, Giannis is Giannis. That boy.
He cold. He
Yeah.
gonna get 30.
Yeah, he
but
gonna
you
get
can
it.
stop him from getting 50.
But yeah, you can. But still, if you're going to get 25, 30 on a bad night,
Yeah,
you still good.
I know.
You still good.
He gonna be good.
That's the thing about stars. When you go for LeBron or, KD or whoever, on a bad night, if you're still getting 20, 25, maybe 30 on a bad night, you still good.
Well, I think that's a good episode. Huh? I think we did good right here.
Absolutely.
I'm glad, happy you came and
Man,
hung out with us.
I appreciate you having me, man. We're going to have to
Sir.
definitely do this again,
Appreciate
man. I
you.
enjoyed it, man.
Tell them where you want them to find you, what your name is, if you want them to find you on any internet platforms, anything like that.
I don't have a Facebook, bro. I mean, I'm just here, man. But I'll be here again, man. I enjoyed it. This is what I like to do, man. Sports talk. That's it, man.
Yes, sir. Money Talks Podcast. I'm JJ Crane. We're here, Uncle Rob. We out. Appreciate y'all.